Welcome back everyone. As you probably guessed from the title and the thumbnail, we're talking about this suppressor here today. This is the Siege Suppressors ROC556. Now this is the long configuration. Right now they also make a K configuration that when I actually ordered this, they didn't make. So I've had it in for a while now. It kind of tells you something. And we'll talk about some other rolling changes that have been done since we had it in. But what the heck is it? Why is it cool? Well, it is a 556 suppressor. It is full auto rated, which is always nice. So very hard use. And it is not 3D printed. However, it is a flow-through suppressor, so there's not many of those out there on the market. Honestly, I would say there's probably less than 2 or 3, and this is one of them. How do they do it? They do it with a linear diffuser array. So there's no baffles in here like you would traditionally see. I'm gonna roll in a video right here so you guys can kind of see the gases going through, but they're doing a very similar thing to what other flow-through types of suppressors are doing. However, they're doing it with traditional materials. So this is made out of stainless steel and Inconel, which is what allows it to be so durable and allows it to be full auto rated. But they have that array in there, and that is what makes it flow through. So it's not going to be like some of the cans out there on the market that are going to stop all but like 1% of the gas from going back. I don't know what their actual percentage is. If I had to guess, I would say in its current configuration right now, it's probably like maybe a 15% of the gas will go back into the system. But that's still very good compared to a lot of other competitors out there. And I know what you guys are asking. Well, what does it sound like? And well, I happen to have a mil-spec decibel meter, so we're going to mount it up on a couple different guns here and test the sound, and then we'll come back and talk about some more features, things like that. But before we do that, we do need to check in with our sponsor. And that sponsor, of course, is these folks right here, the good folks over at Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee is a company that, if you support small businesses in America that support the kind of values that align with the Second Amendment and other patriotic things, is definitely a company you should be looking into. And their coffee is roasted right here in the USA, in Florida, in fact, by people who stand for faith, freedom, and hard work. They support the troops, the Second Amendment, as we just mentioned, and everything that makes this country great. They have a number of different roasts that they roast in-house, like we just talked about. Today we're going to be talking about this guy here, the Brutal Awakening. What a fantastic name. It is a dark roast coffee that I know some of you guys like, particularly if you have like acid issues. That one there would be a good choice for you to not upset your stomach. And right now you can get 20% off your first order. Just head over to blackoutcoffee.com/Mrgunsngear and use code Mrgunsngear at checkout. Once again, that's blackoutcoffee.com/Mrgunsngear. Should be spelled here on your screen, so that way you don't mess anything up in terms of spelling. The link will also be down below in the video description. Now let's head back out to the range and see what kind of decibel reduction we get out of a couple different barrel lengths. Time for science class, kids. We have everything set up in the mil-spec manner. I'm using a shotgun microphone on the camera because that's what you guys say you want. You don't want the lavalier stuff in this portion of the video, whatever. So Aero Precision 10.5 556 upper here with the hub mount there on the end, the 8. And then both of them are at 1.6 meters, and we have our mil-spec meter here, 1 meter off to the left. And let me just make sure my camera is rolling. Camera is rolling. All right, so we're gonna do 5 shots with just the bare muzzle here, and then we're gonna throw the can on. All right, and now we're gonna throw the silencer on. Everything else will be the same. We'll be right back. Everything's the same. Let's see. Well, as you guys probably saw in the numbers there, we had some first round pop for sure, but after that, I mean, that's crazy. All right around 135, 136, 10.5. I'll take that. So we have everything set up in the mil-spec configuration. So the muzzle is 1.6 meters off the ground. The actual meter itself is 1 meter to the left. So it's the traditional mil-spec standard, if you will, in the gun right now. Some PMC, 55 grain M193 for anybody wondering. And let's get the camera started and get this show on the road. All right, camera is on. Let's go. All right, we have our baseline, so we're going to throw the can on there now. All right, let's see what kind of sound reduction we get with that 16-inch barrel. Definitely had some first round pop, but after that, pretty good numbers. So I haven't actually done the math yet to see the decibel reduction, but in my opinion, I am very happy with those numbers. Again, relatively a low back pressure type of can, and to have numbers generally below 140, regardless of the configuration, is pretty darn good in my opinion. So some more features of the actual suppressor itself. It is hub compatible. And so any of your hub mounts out there will work just fine with this suppressor. What that also allows you to do is use virtually any of your QD systems that you guys want to use. Now, the folks over at Siege, they do offer this with the Plan B type of QD device from the factory. So if that's what you're interested in, they do offer that. But really anything will work. So your chemo, any of the big ones that are hub compatible will work with it, which certainly is nice. Let's talk about weight on this guy. So from the factory, it comes in at 17.7 ounces. And that is with the hub adapter on there. So it's not the lightest, it's not the heaviest, it's not the longest, it's not the biggest, it's somewhere in between. Would I like it to be a little bit lighter? Yes, but then it probably wouldn't be full auto rated because once again, the materials they're using to create it are going to be stainless steel and Inconel, which are going to be a little bit heavier than some of the other more lightweight materials that are out there on the market. So everything's a trade-off with suppressors, but with that sound that we saw out there, I am not mad about it at all. I mentioned rolling changes to it earlier. So the end cap that we have on there, again, was not available when I first got this in. I've had it for a long time. I've put a lot of rounds downrange with this, thousands at this point. But this is their new flow-through end cap. So it has a couple things going on there. Number one, it has the flash hider, which I definitely like. I think virtually all suppressors should have some sort of flash mitigation system to them. Traditionally, people have always said the best flash hider is a suppressor. That's generally going to be true. However, some of them do it better than others, and the ones that have purpose-built rather, excuse me if I could speak, flash hiders on them do it the best. So this one rather does it very well. The DB tests that you guys just watched were done in very low light. The camera makes it look a lot brighter than it is, and really I didn't see much flash at all as the end user, which certainly is nice. But this new end cap, probably, if I had to guess, would make it a touch louder, maybe 1 or 2 decibels louder, but it's also going to push less gas back into the system, which I certainly do like. So as of what I know right now, you can actually have it either way. You can have it with the sealed up end cap that might make it a touch quieter, or you can have it with this one that will make it a little bit more flow through-y, if you will. So with that, what do I think of it overall? I think it's excellent. I think the sound reduction for the size of it, it's under 8 inches, is very good. It's also very slim. It's going to allow you to mount this under most AR-15 handguards as well. And the price point on it is pretty darn good. Let's talk about that. The MSRP, not the street price, is going to be 1,049 units of measure, whatever those units of measure are where you live. Of course, we can't talk about price on YouTube, so we're definitely not doing that at all. So very competitive with everything out there on the market. There's a lot of cans that perform similarly. They're going to be way, way, way more expensive, but it's a versatile 556 can that can do a lot of things. It can flex into a lot of different roles, and I do dig it. Full disclosure, I don't think I said that throughout this video so far. The folks at Siege did send this out for the video. However, they don't get to see this video before anyone else. They don't get a heads up, nothing like that. And of course, the decibel meter doesn't lie. It is what it is. The numbers are what they are. And I think with that, we're going to close it out there. If you guys like this type of video, we do a ton of suppressor tests just like this with actual scientific data in them, which is relatively rare on YouTube. So if you like that type of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you've subscribed and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week, either on YouTube or on Rumble, wherever you're watching, then there's an algorithm preventing your eyes from seeing my content. Easy way to get around that is to sign up for the email at the website here on your screen. This email list will get you put on 2 lists. Email sign up, if I could talk, I'm having a hard time with that today. Signing up for this email at the website will get you put on 2 lists. It'll get you put on the monthly email that goes out once a month, and it has all the videos since the previous month's email went out. So that way there's no big tech giant censoring your eyes from my content. Additionally, it'll get you put on the daily deals email. So if any of the stuff that you guys have seen throughout this video, whether it be guns, optics, ammo, lights, accessories, suppressors, if any of those types of things go on sale, it will go out in my daily deals email straight from me to you. If it is in the email on a given day, whatever the item is, it's the cheapest that I know of anywhere for that item on the internet. So that way, hopefully it saves you some time because I've already done the price comparisons for you and saves you some money as well, which is always a bonus. Additionally, we have an SMS list that you guys can sign up for at the website here. Basically, at most, you'll get 1 SMS message from me a day, and typically it's not even every day. And it's going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be the best deal that we find around the internet, whatever that is on a given day, just a smoking deal that I know is going to sell out. And if I don't get it right to you, y'all will miss out on it. And then additionally, if we have a new video that goes up, and again, we've tried to get around the algorithm, I'll send the link to the new video straight to you, so that way you guys can actually see my content. What a crazy concept. And with that, guys, that's all I have. Thank you all for watching. Truly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.